But no,
but
they said
anyway,
you don't
yeah.
need anything else.
Yeah, it's. I think you would like it though, because it's literally just
Instead
what we
of-
did before.
Instead of dairy.
Instead of dairy or
I
lactate.
thought you were lactose tolerant.
I am. So because of that, I don't usually eat that many bagels. If I'm being
I'm
100,
literally shaking. You live near New York City and you don't like cream cheese and bagels. I'm literally.
I don't like cream cheese in general.
I have a cold open.
What is it?
Sonic the Hedgehog doesn't like me.
Why doesn't Sonic the
is
Hedgehog
that?
like you?
I'm a bit of an egg man. Let's talk about breakfast.
Oh, I'm down to talk about breakfast.
That's what I got. That's what I got.
It's not bad. I've heard worse. Noah's come up with worse.
I hate the energy you walked in on that with, but I'm happily gonna take it. I like breakfast a lot.
You know what? I've never been a breakfast boy because I've traditionally been a wake up at 1 p.m., don't eat at all for the day, and then, take whatever substances I may and then fall asleep at 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
That's obviously an exaggeration. It's not that bad. Sometimes I eat. I ate. But now I've been eating like 3 square meals a day and like waking up at like 8, 9 in the morning.
I'm sorry that you have to wake up at 8 in the morning, but I'm glad that you're eating.
I don't have to. I choose to. It's just
That's
nice.
awesome, dude.
I know it's weird.
I don't know how I feel about breakfast, right? Because on one hand, I agree with you, right? I'm very much in that well, I used to be, I'm not anymore. Thanks, dog. Anyway, I used to be in that camp of, man, I sure can't wait to, get up at 1 in the afternoon. And at that point, you might as well just eat lunch. Like, you're not going to make bacon and eggs at 2 in the afternoon unless that is your, unless you're doing a breakfast for lunch sort of scenario. But yeah, I don't know. I do like, in theory, breakfast food. I just feel like I don't get it very often. That's how I feel about breakfast. There's my take.
I've been eating more and more breakfast lately, and it feels good.
I love breakfast. Unironically, breakfast food might be like one of my favorite food groups.
I think that's fair. Like I feel like breakfast food as a generalized rule, right? It tends to be either you got your like English breakfast kind of thing, or you got your meats, you got your eggs, you got your protein out the wazoo, and then sometimes you got like, I don't know, a bagel or something, a little bagel, little English muffin.
I love a bagel.
I will come back to my set experience this past week, but I had
We're
so
talking
many
about bagels.
I had set experience this past week.
Okay, but I know I was. You sounded like upset when I talked about bagels.
Oh no, I love bagels. That's where I was going with this.
Okay.
I had some of the best bagels I've ever had in my entire life this week. It was awesome.
I believe that because you're close to New York City, so it's possible.
It was actually out of Ocean City.
Okay,
Ocean
I
City,
no longer
Maryland.
trust you.
That's understandable. I don't buy. To be fair, I don't buy bagels much at home, and also if I do, I just get regular ones. And these were like one of them was like a cranberry walnut bagel, and it was phenomenal.
Ooh, so I've been on the bagel kick. Monday mornings have been the bagel morning for me.
You got a bagel day.
I got a bagel day. Yeah.
Now, when you do bagel day, do you make it a breakfast sandwich bagel or do you just do a bagel?
Ooh,
what I do, it's not just like I go to class. Monday is the only day I have to go into the campus.
Mm-hmm.
So on Monday I go in, do my class, and then on my way home I stop by the bagel place.
Oh, I do know that place.
In Edinburgh there is a little place called Lakeside Bagel, and it's real good. They make the bagels there every morning, like fresh, and they have a couple different flavors, like varieties of bagels. I always get, for myself, I get the Asiago cheese, and then I usually get like the garden veggie or roasted red pepper cream cheese. And then
that sounds so good.
And then Mari, my girlfriend, gets usually, well, I mean, she's not usually there because I'm coming back from class, but I bring her usually sun-dried tomato, and she likes, also like the garden veggie, sometimes switching it up with like the bacon jalapeno spread. But yeah, it's been a really nice routine on Monday mornings, getting fresh bagels early in the AM.
I love that. I want to do that real bad now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
It's great.
awesome.
Yeah, it's great. Like fresh bagels, and then I drive home and then we eat bagels.
I don't like cream cheese. I think I've talked about that on the podcast before. And I know that makes me a monster, but it just is what it is. So because of that, I don't usually eat that many bagels. If I'm being 100.
I'm literally shaking. You live near New York City and you don't like cream cheese and bagels.
I don't like cream cheese in general. Though I will say I saw quite a few different cream cheeses this past week that made me be like, maybe next time I get a bagel, I'll do half of it with some like jalapeno cream cheese or some shit. Because I usually just do butter. I'm just a butter boy.
That's fine. I mean, but I liked butter and the cream cheese.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, I
Like
totally
an inch
understand.
thick.
Listen, there's a whole world of bagel goodness that I just kind of close myself off to because I'm like, well, I'm not a huge fan of this one specific thing.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely like bagels. I mean, I tend to lean sweeter on the bagels.
Okay, I'm a savory bagel guy.
Savory bagels are good. I like savory bagels if it's in a sandwich form. If it's like
A
I'm
bagel
eating just a
BLT?
bagel. That sounds pretty good. A
It's real
bagel.
good.
I was gonna say a bagel tea, and I hate that. So
Yeah, I don't like that.
sorry. I'm sorry you all had to experience that with me. Yeah, no, like blueberry bagels, cinnamon raisin bagels. That's my shit. Give me all that. Give me all that goodness.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you with a spicy take here. I think that blueberry bagel is also good as a sandwich. Like I think it's fine to put eggs and bacon on a blueberry bagel.
I would agree.
And cheese.
I think especially if you throw that thing like rather than so instead of just like throwing it in a toaster oven, you throw it in like a pan to give it like a nice sear on the inside of the bagel bun.
Yeah.
And then you use it as a bun. I think it works super, super well. But not
good?
just not what I go for usually.
It sounds really good to get like some of those blueberry sausages, the ones.
I know.
Grill
what you
those up,
mean.
and then do like grill the bagel in the same pan, and then the egg in the same pan, and then you got like a bagel, egg, and cheese and blueberry sausage link sandwich.
Yeah, dude, I'm here for
That
it.
sounds good.
I'm here for
Anybody
it.
hungry who's listening?
I'm never. That's not true. I meant to eat before we started recording, and I did not.
No, you what kind of bagels you go for?
I'm a huge everything bagel fan.
Everything bagels are respectable.
I like a toasted everything bagel because it just has all the toasted seeds on the outside.
It's got everything,
pleasant. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I also really like like Panera's Asiago bagel.
I haven't been to Panera in a long, long time.
I haven't either, but I had someone get me one recently, and that turned out to be really good. But generally,
I get the Asiago bagel from Lakeside usually, so I respect the Asiago bagel.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd need to try out some more because I got to be honest. If I move past blueberry, plain, or everything, the lines start to get a little fuzzy of me remembering what other bagels exist.
Garlic bagels, onion bagels. Onion bagels are the shit.
The garlic and onion bagels are very good, but at that point, I'm like, well, why don't I just have an everything bagel? Because a lot of everything bagels are the onion bagel with more. I gotta be honest though, I don't really care for dessert bagels. I don't know. It's like
define dessert bagel because I'm gonna need some context.
So once again, Panera. I'm gonna keep referencing Panera, even though I haven't been there in ages. I have been in contact with their bagels a lot recently. They have like the cinnamon crunch bagel, which is nice, but it's more sugar than I like to have for breakfast. If I was gonna have it like in the evening with some cream cheese as like a dessert thing, I'd be like, that's pleasant. But in the morning, I like a more of a savory bagel. I don't know.
I see it.
But yeah, it's a lot of cinnamon, it's a lot of sugar, it's a lot of crunch, as implied. But I don't know. That's about all I got.
I've never heard of something that I would consider a dessert bagel until just now.
I think any bagel that's sweet other than blueberry is a dessert bagel.
I was just about to say that.
You think a cinnamon raisin bagel is a dessert bagel?
It does stray into the realm of it.
Okay.
And like a cinnamon raisin isn't really like sweetened. It's just like cinnamon and raisin, so there's a little bit of sugar to it. But I'm talking like a cinnamon sugar or like a French toast type bagel.
Okay, I see you.
Where you get a little bit extra with the where it's got like a crystallized sugar type going on with it, not just like some semi-sweet stuff inside.
Okay.
I mean, how many bagels do you think is too many bagels to eat in a week? I've gotten a couple different answers. And at one point, I was told I'm a maniac. But how many bagels is too many?
Too many to eat.
How many bagels is too many?
Too many bagels to eat in a week.
Thank you.
See, no, because here's my thing. If you tell me that you eat more than 2 bagels a day, I'm gonna raise some eyebrows at you. But if you have a bagel every single day, there's not a single issue with that.
No,
in my opinion.
But if you have 2 bagels every single day,
it's a lot of bagels, dude.
You're starting to stray into the.
What if I eat 3 bagels a day?
See, I'm gonna be like, okay, that might be a little bit too much.
Noah started this out as there's no such thing as too many bagels a day, and now immediately it's like, well, but if you eat this many bagels a day, I'm gonna have questions.
Said not a such thing as too many bagels in a week. If you told me that you eat 14 bagels a week, I'm gonna raise my eyebrows and be like, that's a lot of bagels. But I'm not gonna be like mad about it.
Not too many.
But yes, if you eat 21 bagels in a week, I'll be like, hey, that's a lot of bagels. Are you okay?
I was gonna say that's when you start asking people if they're okay. Yeah.
The thing is, no one eats 21 bagels in a week because you would just eat 2 dozen because you buy bagels by the dozen.
True. He's got a point.
Because I was saying like I feel like I could definitely eat a bagel every day. and be happy with it.
Me
and
too.
2 some days.
Yeah,
So like
I agree.
I think I could go through a dozen bagels by myself in a week and feel fine about it.
I think that's I think a dozen bagels a week is right on the edge of damn, that's a lot of bagels. But you saying a dozen bagels a week, I'm like, yeah, okay. You buy a dozen at the beginning of the week, and by the end you go buy another one. That seems fair.
So I was flabbergasted the other day, because I saw this TikTok that was like, okay, once your bagel phase has worn off, try, and then I was like, wait, hold up.
People be out here thinking bagels are a phase.
Yeah, it's not, yeah. Like, what do you think bagels are? You think me being like, no, mom, it's not a phase. Bagels are who I am. It's just it's a good breakfast food. Yeah, it's just a solid breakfast option. Like what? What do you mean bagel phase?
Amazing.
I guess
imagine having the hottest take of bagels are just a phase.
Yeah, once your bagel phase wears off, and I was like, first of all, oddly specific to just show up on my feed.
Yeah,
because I have been getting bagels every Monday for the past like 2 months now.
Do you think TikTok thinks you have too many bagels? Like, do you think like the app itself?
TikTok might think I have too many bagels. Yeah.
Is TikTok trying to tell you something?
And then it suggested instead of bagels, trying dinosaur egg oatmeal.
I'm sorry.
Wait, do you not know dinosaur egg oatmeal?
No.
Do neither of you guys know dinosaur egg oatmeal?
What the fuck is dinosaur egg oatmeal?
Neither of you know?
No.
What the fuck?
This is cursed. Look it up. It's Quaker dinosaur egg oatmeal. It's just oatmeal. It's instant oatmeal. It's in the packet. You put it with some like I usually put some like boiling water on it and then a little bit of milk, stir it up, and you get like it's oatmeal, and there's these little like eggs inside of it that are like brown sugar eggs, and they dissolve and there's little dinosaur like sprinkles inside.
Huh.
I actually like that a lot. That's adorable.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a really fun like kids breakfast. I had it when I was little every once in a while. And I bought it the other day at the store too. So that's why it was really specific. I was like, I've been targeted.
Yeah, dude, that sounds like a call out.
But the thing is, it also wasn't my phone that told me this. It was like actually I saw the TikTok via Mari's phone. So I was like, what is it? How do they know?
Props to you for remembering that you didn't see it on your phone. Because I got to be honest, the number of times I've seen a TikTok on Nina's phone and then I see it on my feed later, I'm like, why on earth am I seeing this video twice?
Amazing.
Is very high.
I wildly appreciate that Noah just has no concept of multiple phones.
No, I do have a concept. It's just that I forget which feed I saw it on. TikTok
you're observing content in a simultaneous manner frequently.
Wow,
so there's nothing wrong with that.
All TikToks are the same to you? Is that what you're trying to say?
Man, when I am half asleep watching it over Nina's shoulder in bed, it doesn't really matter whose phone it is. I'm just absorbing TikTok.
At that point, it's the people's phone.
It is the people's phone.
It is our phone, brother.
Nature's phone.
I mean, nice. Is that a Nature's Cup reference?
Oh, yeah.
I really feel like maybe we could do like a shirt design that just says Nature's Cup, or like a pin that just says Nature's Cup and it's a can.
I do love that idea.
I just love, because the thing is, I say Nature's Cup in like my everyday life pretty much every time I drink out of a can.
Amazing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's something that is just like so deeply pervaded, like myself and like my immediate like coworkers and like friends. I'm just like Nature's Cup, and people just understand. They're like, yep, that's a can.
Sure is nature. Wow, you really did have a Nature's Cup of a time.
So I don't know. I just like breakfast has just been. I've just been feeling some breakfast,
dude. Feel your breakfast. I have run into the problem where I used to eat a lot of cereal breakfast because that shit. But then I stopped recently. Well, relatively recently, because one, if it's in the house, I'm going to eat it, and it's going to be all gone, and that's a problem because like you want to actually have it. If I buy a box of cereal, it should not be gone in 2 sittings. 2, that shit's so bad for you,
man. I don't know what changed. Well, I know what changed. My bowls are simply bigger than my parents' bowls were. But like bowls got bigger, which seems like a great thing, right? Because sometimes you want more. You want a bowl that holds more than a cup and a half of liquid.
I go to the store and I buy the biggest bowls possible every single time.
You got it. What are you gonna do with a tiny little bowl? You can't whip eggs.
Exactly.
In it. You can't.
If
do
this
shit
isn't
in
a stand mixer, I'm out.
You can't eat soup out of it within any kind of reasonable quantity. It's just
I don't have to go back to the pot on the stove every 5 minutes.
Exactly. So I know you're making fun of me, but hear me out.
I'm not.
Okay.
No, I think we're both on the same. We're all on the same page here. Like I don't think anyone's.
But here's my issue, right? These big ass bowls hold so much fucking cereal, and I'm in here like, I'm eating a big bowl of cereal and a whole quart of milk when I make just in my mind a bowl of cereal, and I'm like. I got like, those like Fiber One sticks, the brand cereal. I love that stuff. I think it's very tasty, but it comes in 2 sleeves. and one sleeve will do 2 bowls of cereal for me. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, well, this is absurd. This bowl is far too big. And you know what? I always forget the next time I pour a bowl of cereal. You know what I always forget is how big the bowl is. Yeah, and I sit there and I eat my cereal. I'm like, I am full from cereal, and that is not allowed.
No, you shouldn't. You should never be full from cereal. Cereal should not be a full-ass meal. Unless it's I would argue unless it's oatmeal, in which case, live your best life.
Frosted mini wheats kind of hit different.
Frosted mini wheats do hit different the older I get.
You know what's better than a frosted mini wheat, though? Store brand frosted mini wheats, because they actually frost the whole mini wheat rather than mini wheats who kind of skimp out on that.
My problem with frosted mini wheats is I hate the the mini wheat pulp at the end of the bowl. You know, if I want to drink my milk at the end of my bowl, it's a texture thing. I hate I hate all pulp and everything. I hate the feeling of like tiny particles going in my mouth when all I want is liquid.
I respect it.
See, I love the home style, lots of pulp orange juice. That's my play.
Me too.
I love it.
I mean, I respect it. I get it. I personally it makes me want to die.
Oh,
to be extremely blunt, I would rather. I have actively let orange juice go bad before I would drink it with like full of its pulp. It makes it no. Even just talking about it, like I'm grossed out.
That's a little excessive to me, but I mean,
it's okay. I understand this is a me problem. This is not a of the people problem. This is a of the me problem, and that's fine. I'm willing to accept that this is 100% something that I just need to get over. Or the alternative is I just don't eat the pulp in it.
True. You see, I don't know. I've been on a breakfast kick, and it's just nice to talk about breakfast foods.
Yeah, dude.
But cereal isn't really one that hits my my radar for the most part.
That's understandable.
Although I've been noticing more and more places like selling cereal.
I really like you're talking like the like you get in like a little like clear bag essentially, right?
I don't know. I've never gone to like a like stores. So they're like restaurants almost that are like cereal bars. I've seen there's 2 of them.
Cereal bars are really good.
It's like
I love
big hipster
bars.
thing kicking in recently, right?
Why?
So
I don't.
Well, hold on.
I gotta be honest. I don't know.
It's literally the same as like trail mix and trail mix and like granola cereal are essentially the same thing, right? It's just a matter of what all you put into it.
No. That's here's the thing. You're saying these 2 things are the same. It's just depends on what you put in them.
Okay, rephrase.
Any 2 things are the same depending on what you put on them.
Rephrasal. Granola and many cereals are a major component in trail mix. Many trail mixes.
Most trail mixes are very nut heavy. They oftentimes have raisins, dried fruits, and granola as well. Whereas most cereals are like corn based or wheat based, and there's some granola cereals. Okay. Granola based cereals are similar to trail mix, but that's not the majority of cereal. If you put a box of Lucky Charms in front of me and a big thing of trail mix, those are not at all the same thing.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because my family always did homemade trail mix. Like we just assembled everything, and it was always whatever fuck cereal we had on hand when it ended up.
So you're telling me that because you made trail mix out of cereal, you think that cereal is like trail mix because that's where you made it?
Yeah, that's how understanding how things work. It works. What? Yes.
No. You're telling me you made trail mix at home out of cereal.
Yes.
So
my family
you think trail mix is like cereal.
Growing up, made that, and so therefore, yes. To me, they are very similar in my head. One is just you eat it dry, and one you add milk to.
We understand most people do not have that experience with trail mix.
Now I do.
Yeah, I know. I would never think of trail mix and cereal as the same thing.
Fair enough.
Granola cereal, that's just granola and trail mix. Yeah, there's some similarities. But...
Granola is the shit. It's where I was trying to get to.
Oh, I agree.
Granola is.
What do you think on this? Is this like am I missing something here?
No, I have never considered. Never in a single second have I considered cereal to be a component of trail mix.
Okay. I was making sure I'm not like going off the deep end on and being wrong.
No, because like
not being wrong, but being like
because I like even just trying to think of that, there aren't that many cereals that I would think of off the top of my head where I would
Kashi
be like,
Lean Crunch.
Now this is a cereal that I would need to add to a trail mix, because like as soon as you said Lucky Charms, like that kind of thing was the actual first thing I thought of as, well, that's not what I would want in there.
Yeah, I think some of it, like some of the more like the Honey Bunches of Oats type, where you got like I love like those like oatmeal and like Honey Bunches of Oats so good. But when you got like the oatmeal and granola type stuff going on, like it makes more sense in a trail mix.
I gotta be
a
honest,
lot of
I
cereal
wouldn't want
is
Honey
just
Bunches
heavily
of Oats in there
corn-based.
either. I don't.
I'd be okay with it.
I think it depends on
It's-
whether or not you're having a sweeter trail mix or not. Like I tend to lean like
because-
fruity and not so much nutty on my trail mix, and so like having something
God, I
like
really
Honey
want
Bunches or
cereal.
granola works really well in my mind. Chocolate.
Nah,
like,
because
I
for
just
me,
get some
granola is the move, and anything that's beyond a standard granola starts to get into the realm of I don't like that.
okay.
You know,
I mean that's okay.
Can we talk about the Target trail mix though?
I've
don't know
never.
that I've
I
had
can't
it.
say that I've ever had it.
Okay,
yeah.
you got the thing is, it's not a single thing.
oh,
Target has like a trail mix aisle.
oh,
Yeah,
do
I
like
didn't know
that.
that either. And then like I went to Target, and then I feel like it's one of those things where like most of my stories today are just like, man, I've lived under a rock, and now I am dating someone, and they're like a person. And so they have me being like I'm like, yeah, I wake up in the morning and I go to bed and I eat meals. And like none of those things are impressive or weird, but like they're just like new to me. But anyway, I was at Target and my girlfriend was like, we got to check out the trail mix. And I was like, okay, we can get some like trail mix. And then she's like, all right, it's right here. And then there's just like 70 options. And I'm not exaggerating. I thought there'd be like, oh yeah, maybe like a couple trail mixes. There was like so many trail mixes. I know. I was like, you guys literally, like, how long has this been happening? Have there been like dozens of trail mixes at Target forever?
apparently.
Apparently,
I
yes.
guess. Yeah, I mean, when
Yeah,
I
there's
go to
some really
like
good ones.
oh
I would
shit,
heavily recommend the Zen trail mix.
what is the place?
It's a top tier one. It's got like rice crackers and wasabi peas, and those two of my favorite ingredients.
Do
Aldi's,
love
is that the
wasabi
one?
peas.
Aldi's.
What about
There's like a
Aldi's?
Southwest one.
I
That,
think Aldi's
is really good too.
has a huge trail mix aisle, if I remember correctly. At least the one that was near me. I think it was Aldi's. It had it had the coin operated carts, and I'm pretty sure that's Aldi's.
Yeah,
Yeah, Aldi's is the only one that I know of that does that. I know other places do.
GFS might too.
The one near me has trail mix aisle, and it is awesome.
I also made a trek to. Speaking of Aldi, I made a trek to Trader Joe's recently.
How's Trader Joe's? I keep meaning to check it
I mean,
out.
first, I've always been a big fan of Trader Joe's. Back when I lived in Austin and it was more accessible, I went there pretty frequently just for like a lot of groceries. And yeah, we went to the one that's like it's kind of far out of the way, but not like super far. But it's the closest one, so it's like 50 miles away. So it's like a bit of a day trip almost.
That's not too bad.
But the thing about Trader Joe's is like it's just a really fun like shopping experience, and like they kind of hit a nice stride of like it's a whole bunch of things that are not fully like there are like you can get produce and meat and everything like normal grocery stores there, but they also have a lot of things that are just like Trader Joe's, and they're like kind of prepped. Like it hits a really nice vibe. Like when I was in Austin and I was just like living by myself and just like eating by myself, it was just really convenient to go to Trader Joe's because they have like a whole bunch of like frozen food that's really, really good and good quality.
I'm
and a lot of
always
it-
looking for good frozen foods.
Yeah,
'Cause I feel
Trader
like that's
Joe's
a big
definitely
issue.
is the best for frozen food because like
Nice.
it's not like your Walmart frozen chicken nuggets.
Mhm.
Like there's actually like you can get like Kung Pao cauliflower and like a whole bunch of other really cool like good frozen things that are like pretty inexpensive as well. And their
Nice.
croissants, their frozen croissants are one of my favorite desserts.
Something
or
that
I
Nina
guess
and I have been
breakfast.
big on recently is the concept of just making sure we have frozen dumplings on hand.
Dude, frozen dumplings
you
are
know-
the shit.
Yeah, dumplings, they're not that hard to make, but they're, by
It's true.
golly, are they inconvenient. So one thing that we really like having on hand is just some plain like chicken dumplings around. Just a big frozen bag of pierogi are in there right now, just like stuff like that.
I love me
Yeah.
some pierogi.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
it's-
think Trader Joe's has definitely got some really high quality and fun frozen food, and also like cool other stuff. Like we got this like cold brew boba coconut milk ice cream. That's super good. It's super good.
Ooh.
that is neat.
Hi, you guys, that reminds me. I this past week I started on partially because a couple of people in Discord recommended it. Started on almond milk. Has been
Oh.
working a lot better for me.
How have
Better
you
than
been?
what?
Well, I mean, like you just said that, but like, how has the flavor shift been for you?
That was going to be the thing I was going to bring up. The only complaint I have is that it has an actual like vanilla-y flavor to it, which was really
Mhm.
unexpected the
Wait,
first time. I don't
Almond milk
mind it.
instead of what?
Instead
What were you
of-
doing before?
Instead of dairy.
Instead of
Oh,
dairy or
okay.
lactate.
I thought you were lactose intolerant.
I am.
Oh, okay.
And almond milk, because almond milk is fake milk. Yeah, as opposed to dairy, because I'm trying to. I went to lactate and found that my stomach was still getting pretty upset. Well, okay, it wasn't even so much getting upset. It was I then spent 20 minutes in the bathroom after I had something with like that was like milk based. Like it doesn't matter so much in like a cream based. It seems like if it's cooked and like processed, not as bad. But for some reason, in like actual cereal, essentially cereal or a glass of milk, just fucked me right up. But yeah, so I've been trying out almond milk, and I don't want to like jump the gun because I thought lactate was going to be the solution too, and that didn't work out. So I don't want to get too excited, but it definitely helped.
I mean, it's because it's got no dairy at all in it.
Exactly.
Whereas lactate is just like they remove the lactose.
It's still dairy, yeah.
Almond milk is just like almond water. And that's my problem with it. Like I'm obviously not lactose intolerant because I'm cool.
Cool Jackson. That's what they call you.
Yeah. My biggest problem whenever I try and use like oat milk or almond milk or anything is like the consistency is just not what I want it to be. It's too thin.
Do you use whole milk when you have regular milk?
Oh yeah, of course.
That's I think the difference. I have only ever drank 2%.
Yeah,
and so for me it doesn't.
It's just not the right consistency for me.
It doesn't. Yeah, for me it was definitely not a shift. Like they basically have the same texture, but I can absolutely understand that if you are like used to whole milk, that the texture would be.
I'm just saying, if I go to the store, I'm buying the whole milk because it's the same price as the 2% milk,
dude.
And it's got more stuff in it. It's more fat content. You're telling me I'm going to pay the same amount of money for less stuff in my milk? I'm paying you the same amount of money for you to give me less things? No way. That's why whenever I go to Subway, I get every single sauce. They have like the light mayo and they have the regular mayo. I usually get the heavy mayo. But I'm not paying. If I'm paying for it, I'm getting it. Okay, that's my boomer take.
No, you know what? No, when it comes to Subway specifically, I'm here for it. Because Subway,
you think I should get every single sauce at Subway?
I mean, I don't necessarily, but I do think that you should get everything you want and then some at Subway.
Oh yeah,
because Subway do be skimping sometimes.
I haven't actually been to Subway in years, but
oh well,
theoretically, in my imagination,
I had you guys. Speaking of Subway, I'm transitioning to fucking Jersey Mike's.
Okay, it's better.
I was on set this week, and shout out to none of them were there, but Aaron was our producer for that, a friend of mine that I've worked with a couple of times, and he somehow, this mad lad, managed to get like Moe's as in the chain, Jersey Mike's is in the chain, Starbucks, and like 3 local joints all to donate food to set. Man, I ate so much food, like just so much food on that set. Absolutely insane, absolute mad lad. And that's also with the bagels that I got this week. The bagels were all donated. Like everything, basically every food that anyone ate on set was a donation. Yeah,
love to see.
Jersey Mike's was. I remember not liking Jersey Mike's, but I've now had Jersey Mike's twice in the past month, and it's pretty good. I don't know what my experience was that I didn't like it, but hey, there it is. There is also, I think it's Jersey Mike's. Is it Mike's style, Jersey style?
Mike's Way.
Mike's Way. That's what it is. That's what I was gonna say. Is Mike's Way is the fucking everything on it, right? Isn't that the shtick?
Not everything, but like it's like their Mike's Way is like they it's like a certain combination of things. But
okay. Yeah, I don't know. Just had a lot of good food. Had a lot of very, very good food. Had a great time on set. Was so tired, and my sleep schedule was completely fucked. Because I had to get up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock every morning, and wouldn't fall asleep till midnight. But it was good. It was a good time. I came back and I felt the most like fulfilled and happy that I have in a long time. So I am very happy with it. My experience was a good ass time.
Nice. Well, I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, that was my big week adventure.
That's exciting though. It's good that you had a good time.
It is, and it was one of those things where I haven't worked in the industry in a while because everything has been shut the hell down. But finally getting to be able to do something that I know I love and something that I consider myself to be really good at. Felt good. Felt really, really good. And like everyone involved was great. You would have enjoyed it, Jackson. We spent the car ride home was like a 4-hour ride, and we spent the entire time talking about philosophy. It was a great time.
Why would I have enjoyed that? I hate thinking.
Yeah, you're right. I know. But yeah, it was just a really good time. Really good time. Really good people. 10 out of 10. And I just wanted to share my good experiences with the world.
I'm glad that you had a good experience.
It is fun because especially when you have like days like those, it's not fun at all if they're not good.
Exactly. Oh yeah, no. If it had been a bad crew, it would have been a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. And I've had sets like that. That just you're working 14, 16 hours, but it literally comes down to, are you having fun? Is everyone in good spirits? Side note, food helps with that. If you're working someone a certain amount of hours, feeding them is like the number one way to get them to like not fucking riot.
Yeah, Tommy Wiseau.
Listen, dude. It's a very simple equation. If I am fed, I am much slower and much less likely to riot.
In any of his movies?
Wasn't it, not, I don't know about any of them, but wasn't that like the big thing about The Room? Is that like,
let's see,
it was like 100 degrees and there was no food or water?
You know what? That does sound right though. I'm not
like,
sure.
I'm pretty sure there was like a whole
right.
thing where there was like he didn't get people water until they were basically rioting, and then he finally went out and bought like cases of water for them to drink because they literally were just like in a super hot room doing take after take after take with literally no water. I'm pretty sure that's right. I don't want to, quote. Yeah, I don't want to say that's like 100% what happened, but I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Yikes.
Also, isn't that like one of the many things that like that was fucked up that the Nostalgia Critic did?
Was it?
Where he,
when he did the
20-hour days with literally no food or water.
Yeah, when they were doing that is one of the accusations that there was no food. Yeah, I believe so. I've heard that.
Like,
I might have even heard that from you actually, but I do remember hearing that at some point.
From me, maybe. I don't really know much about any of that stuff except for like he sucks.
Maybe it was Cloud. It was somebody. Somebody was talking about. So I was talking about how I really liked his content for a very long time, and then everyone was like, "Yeah, no."
I definitely did not really like his content for a very long time.
I mean, that's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. When I was like in high school, I was like, "This is kind of fun," and then when I was like later in high school, I was like, "This is not fun at all. This is just like cringy."
I feel about Nostalgia Critic the way I feel like I feel like they're the same as like he's the same as fucking not Honest CinemaSins, right? Where if you go into it expecting like a deep fucking actual review, it's not really going to be useful. But if you go into it just being like, "Hey, funny," like turn your brain off, watch it, it's fine.
I don't know. I thought like I mean when I say like cringy, I think like his like humor was pretty bad. I actually like remember having a conversation with like Nina about this like forever ago.
Maybe it was Nina that I heard it from. Maybe it was.
Yeah, where
did we talk
like,
about it on stream the other day, Noah? Is that what it was?
I don't know. I know she and I have recently because she despises Doug Walker because he's unironically not a good person.
Yeah.
Well, he's awful. Like, and that's the thing. Like, I'm not like I just remember like years ago talking to her and being like, "Yeah, this is like super cringy," and like, why like does this guy not understand that like people watch his videos because they just want the synopsis of the movie and like not because they think he's funny, and when you make 20 minutes of like bad, like really, really bad skit and sketch comedy, it kind of makes the entire thing unwatchable.
I know that was a huge problem with it. The later it went, right? Like I like the early stuff. I know that was much less common. And then after a lot of the Channel Awesome drama happened, it really did kind of start leaning towards that a lot more. I feel like.
Yeah, and I think that's when I like stopped watching because when I was like in high school, like early high school, it was basically like I would watch it and it would be like a guy who every once in a while yelled and like talked about movies that like I hadn't seen in a while or had never seen and didn't really want to watch, and I could just get like the plot in the background while I was doing something else.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'd be like playing Halo and just like listening to like not even like reviews, just like movie synopsis is what it was. And then like at some point it became like one of those things where like half of the video was him being like, we're doing like a parody, like a bad like spoof that wasn't even like trying to be satirical but just wasn't at all. I don't know, it was just bad. I like skit throughout the entire thing that was supposed to mirror the plot of the movie, but then just took up like half of what was happening, and I just really didn't care. And so that's when I stopped watching. When I think that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I think it's when a lot of people stopped watching him. Is when that happened, and I can't agree more. Like it, 100% on board. That is.
And that was before I was aware of like any of the drama or anything, or not drama, any of like the accusations or any of like the wrongdoings. I just didn't like it because I was like, this is bad. And now that like, not only do I think it's bad, but also like knowing what is like being done by that scumbag, I'm like, oh man. Yeah. Well, now I have no desire to ever check it out again.
Yeah. I think that is.
Are they still making?
Yeah.
Content?
Oh yeah. He's still making content. Yeah.
Which I mean,
everyone involved in that era kind of left, right? I think it's just him and his brother now. Angry Video Game Nerd.
Oh yeah,
I just his own thing. Like they still make
Yeah,
stuff. He went on hiatus like 4 times he retired like 4 times and always came back, presumably because money, is my assumption.
See, that's another thing that I have no respect for is people who are eternally going on hiatus and it's like, hey, stop.
No, I don't have a problem with that because to me it literally is just he needed money again and so he started doing it again.
No,
like, and I'm not gonna fall.
I see it. Well, my issue is I see it as the same thing that like Kiss did, where it's like, we get it, we get it. Your career is nothing without this band making you money, so you're constantly coming back, reunion tour after reunion tour. It's just not good.
They're still touring, aren't they?
I don't know that Kiss is anymore, but Motley Crue almost fell into the same thing.
Well, I know as of last year, Kiss was still touring because one of my classmates was like, yeah, I'm gonna go see a Kiss concert this weekend. And I was like, why? And she was like, they're like my favorite band and my dad's favorite band. And I was like,
ew,
that sucks.
I know, right? Unfortunate.
And she was like offended. And I was like, I'm not gonna like it's nothing against you, but like they blow. Like, it's okay to be like, I have a coworker who's like, Kiss sucks ass, but like I like them because I grew up with them and I think they're kind of fun. I'm like, I like that and I respect that.
That's fine. I can respect that.
She was like, they are my favorite band. I think they're like the best band ever. And you're like, okay, we're talking about the same band? Kiss?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I think I told Noah about this. I don't know if I said it on the podcast or not though. But when I was a kid, I like saw them and I was like, not like live, but like pictures of them and stuff. And I was like, man, these guys are making some like spooky ass music with all like the painted faces and the flames and the outfits. I was like, yeah, that sounds pretty that's like some heavy metal.
That's pretty rad.
Like, this is scary stuff.
They seem legit if you're just looking at their outfits.
So as like an 8-year-old, I was like, yo, that's not music for 8-year-old kids. That's scary music or whatever, you know? Like, I don't want to, that doesn't seem like something for me. And now as like an adult, I look at them and I'm like, you guys make the song that's like, wanna rock and roll. That's you? That's
you
those guys?
Yeah.
That's the guys who look scary? They make shitty butt rock?
Yeah. They do. It do in fact be butt rock.
Yeah, I was just blown away.
Yeah. I mean,
holy shit. So I just looked up the Nostalgia Critic channel, and apparently he still makes the reviews under that name.
Yeah.
And as of 3 days ago, and they still get hundreds of thousands of views.
Well, I mean, it's nothing on the millions of views he was getting for a while is the thing. Like,
but
tanked. Well, I mean, Bon Appetit is still getting tens of thousands to 100,000s of views on their videos, which is nothing compared to the 10 plus million views that they got on some of Brad's bits back in the day.
That's true. So yeah, this is just a PSA. If you are still out there watching the Nostalgia Critic and you think he's funny, that's fine. Everyone has different senses of humor. You're wrong. But like, that's fine. You should not watch his videos because he's an awful person and has done some terrible things and backed people doing even worse things.
Yeah.
I promise look into it. I don't want to talk about it here because it's, a really long thing. And it's really complicated and it's really dark. But I will look into it if you're still repping him or still thinking positively of the man.
When Lindsay Ellis was working for him and she did her Pocahontas review, he made her dress up in pigtails and everything for it.
I remember that. Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
It's kind of gross.
0 out of 10 would not want. Yeah. No, it's.
Oh, Brad is still with Bon Appetit.
He is.
Oh, really?
I'm very disappointed. It bums me out. He's still there. Chris is still there. And Andy is still there. But they are the only ones of the old crew who have remained.
Huh. Yeah. And he's still getting hundreds of thousands of views there too. I didn't even know they were still making. I thought they stopped forever.
No, they stopped for months.
So lucky.
And then they came back out of nowhere with, "Hey, we're Bon Appetit. Look at all the black guys we hired. Isn't that cool and unique? We care about diversity."
I remember that because I remember watching them and I'm looking at their YouTube video. Like 9 months ago, they had like the stuff that like Claire was doing at home and stuff, and with like Sola, and I was like, oh, and Gabby, and I was like, oh, this is fun, and Molly, and then it says like 9 months ago, and then there's a 5-month break, and then it just says why we joined Bon Appetit, and it's 3 people of color.
Yep. And then
in the thumbnail, and you're like,
they're doing the thing that like, oh, we'll hire people of color and have them exclusively make ethnic food.
They're still doing. Oh my god.
No, yeah, it was really rough because it's one of those things where like they came in and it's just like, okay, here we go. It's time to fix our problems, and then they have.
Oh my god.
A black guy making Haitian cooking, a black girl making collard greens.
Yeah,
that's fucking abysmal. Like, it's one of those things, like, if you're from like the deep south and you made collard greens your whole life, hey, go off, make some collard greens for the YouTube channel. That's great. But like, if I don't know, it's just baffling. Like, I don't know.
It feels suspect.
It does.
Especially
it's just like
knowing their past.
Yeah, I don't like the look of that, but obviously I'm sure not many people do, so it's not like I'm preaching to the choir. Man, I just thought that like they'd stopped forever, and I thought they'd learned a lesson, but turns out they didn't, and yeah. So anyway, I like breakfast food. That's where this started. So
that's where it started, and that's where it belongs.
I love breakfast food.
I do too.
The Trader Joe's croissants, they're so good because they're like par baked. So like all you have to do is just like set them out overnight, and they kind of like puff up. And then you just so you just like proof them overnight, and then you just bake them in the oven, and they're like good to go, and they're delicious. Yeah, it's wonderful. I would recommend if you ever go to Trader Joe's, get the almond croissants. You won't be disappointed.
Fair enough.
Good
and get the cold brew boba ice cream. It's actually really good too.
Doubly
so
fair
Noah,
enough.
you like everything bagels, right? That's
I
your bagel.
love everything bagels.
Are you familiar? This is another Trader Joe's thing. It's one of their big things actually. Is their seasoning that's just called everything but the bagel.
Now I hate that a lot.
Why?
Mostly because I just keep seeing people use it and talk about it and be like, everything but the bagel seasoning. It's the only thing you ever need in your cupboard again, which just rubs me the wrong way in that regard. Regardless of anything else, it's just like, hey, you need more than your everything but the bagel seasoning, but okay.
But no, they said you don't need anything else.
Yeah, it's. I think you would like it though, because it's literally just the toppings of an everything bagel in a spice container.
I'm sure that I would.
Great,
I just have this like religious objection to it for no good reason at all, except
that's
that
weird. I haven't heard people telling you that it's like the most important. I like putting it on things, and I love putting it on an everything bagel.
That sounds really
that's
pleasant.
double everything.
It's
at that
so
point,
good. You put
how long before you approach infinity at that point?
Well, I mean, I think the problem is when you eat an everything bagel. No, you know the struggle because you're an everything bagel guy.
Mm-hmm.
The bottom is just a plain bagel.
Mm-hmm.
That is a big problem that it has.
If you cut it in half and cream cheese both sides, you got a half a plain bagel, half and everything. But the everything but the bagel seasoning comes in handy there because you shake it onto the plain half and on both halves. But like you shake it onto the plain half, and you're like, okay, now I feel like I'm eating everything bagel on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of doing the thing that you probably do, or you maybe have done before, where like you toast a bagel and you take all like the everything scraps that fall off and you dump them onto the plain side. It's way better. It's nice for that. But they also like they their everything but the bagel is like kind of popped off, and they offer it in like other facets. So when we were there, I bought a bag of everything but the bagel kettle cooked chips.
Now that sounds very good.
It's very good, yeah, wonderful. I really liked them. A solid chip, and it's just like a good seasoning. It's an everything bagel seasoning, so it's just kind of like shake them up, and you got yourself a whole bag of flavor.
I'm here for it. I'm super here for it.
So I'm sorry that you've heard of the seasoning, but you don't have a high opinion of it. No, it's quite delightful, but it's definitely not everything you need in your cabinet. It's a nice addition for everything bagel lovers.
It's everything you could ever need. Speaking of like toppings, so something that I've started doing lately, so we got a popcorn maker, Michelle and I, for Christmas, and kind of love it, kind of super here for it. It's really cute. Sits on the counter. I got a popcorn maker too. It's called the microwave.
Hey.
So we had to go. We got the actual popcorn and stuff now, whatever, and we decided to put essentially we decided we want to try out some like fun seasonings. So we went out we literally just Walmart and grabbed like a bunch of different like little seasoning dip packets and stuff. Well, fucking Great Value Buffalo seasoning is actually really surprisingly excellent, especially in like a popcorn. Huge fan. That I absolutely did not plan on. I absolutely had no expectation of that.
Like dry buffalo?
Yeah, it's like a dry buffalo like seasoning.
Yeah,
it's super
good.
I was very shook, very pleased. Like I'm glad, but I didn't expect it at all.
I wonder if everything but the bagel seasoning is good. Probably
would be. I would think. Yeah.
Actually, that reminds me. Did you see BDG's video about how to do?
I'm sorry.
Pepcorn.
Yeah, Brian.
I literally got a wok, partially for that, but partially because I'm really itching to make more fucking like actually
so bad
stir fry stuff. They're not that expensive.
Woks are heavenly. I just don't like using woks on electric stoves.
Fair.
They're just
get an electric wok.
Same. Damn.
No, have you ever seen those before?
No. Wait.
I didn't know they were real. Yeah, I know. I didn't know they were real either. One of my friends was like, "I got an electric wok," and I was like,
another time where we all assume it's a bit, and then Jackson's like, "No, but actually."
Yeah, I'm telling you, I thought it was a joke too. Yeah, it's just like a wok, and it automatically like walks. You know what I'm saying? Like it does like the little like the shimmy.
Yeah, it does a little dance.
Yeah, and it has like its own heating element, and it like tosses things itself.
I mean, I like
I-
tossing
super
things
cool.
myself, so it can back off my
Okay.
space there.
But yeah, an electric wok it's a thing. I didn't know it was a thing. I thought this was something my coworker was joking about,
That
and
was a
then
bit,
it turns
a
out it's
goof,
real.
a gaff.
And he says it's lovely. He says he loves it. So
Interesting.
yeah. So I don't really know like if it tosses, like I don't know how it works.
Mhm. You just know there is working going on.
Yeah, I don't really know how you use an electric wok. Do you just like toss things in it? Can you just
You're the one
I
telling the
don't
story,
know.
my friend. I have no clue.
Yeah, I mean I don't know much about them. I just know that they're real.
I'm watching this video on one right now from the Bed Bath & Beyond page, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm kind of sold.
What do they do?
It's a wok, but it's heated up electrically. I have to like skim through this bit where she's trying to tell me what to cook in this wok. Like, get out of here! I know what to cook in the wok. But
I've
like
cooked things before.
it's I don't know. It's nice. My only issue with it, I think, is that it's a non-stick wok, and I would rather have not
A sticky
non-stick.
wok.
Well, I don't want a sticky wok either, but I've felt like I have better luck when my woks
I
are
hate
some
like that.
bubble gum
I
in that
really
shit, I
hate
tell
the
you what.
word sticky wok. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think that's pretty reasonable.
I didn't expect to. I didn't expect a visceral reaction to sticky wok, but here I am. Absolutely
Sticky wok is
hating
also
the
my
term.
DJ name.
Reasonable, honestly.
Sticky wok wok. And then yeah, it's pretty. I'm pretty much a big deal.
Are you? I'm glad.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, that's a thing that you guys know about now.
Yeah, seriously. I'm not gonna go out and buy one because I have a regular one, but
Yeah, I don't have any plans of buying one either. I don't even have a regular one. Maybe I should get one. I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like I'm in a weird rut as far as cooking goes, where like I want to go and like buy some fun ingredients and like cook new stuff, and also like by the time I get to a stove at the end of the day, I'm so tired. I'm just so tired, and I just want to throw together the food that I already know how to make. I can leave it in the oven and walk away and not have to think about it.
Walk away.
Walk away.
You need like a cast iron wok. Is that would that not work?
I think
Yeah,
that's what
pretty sure.
a lot of woks are.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what mine is.
Okay.
And that's what I want, is something more in that realm. I find stuff like that treats me a little bit better. I'm not gonna
Understandable.
lie, this whole episode I've been working on this stupid mock-up for a Nature's Cup can.
Yeah.
You're the worst.
Yo, Nature's Cup koozies.
Oh,
Man,
That's
actually
not a bad
I was
idea.
like in my early 20s before I realized that they weren't pronounced cozies.
no, that's fair. I think koozie is a brand term too, isn't it?
Maybe that's why. Maybe I'm not a complete fool.
I think in my mind, it's something that's kind of like Kleenex, except I don't think a koozie company exists. Is koozie a brand name? Is a federally registered trademark in the United States. Yep.
So it is in fact a brand.
It is
more
not
you
generic like most people think it is. So yeah, it is just like it's just like Kleenex.
Maybe that's why I always thought of it as cozy instead. Because it technically is.
If you're selling it, you're not allowed to sell it as a koozie. You have to sell it as a cozy.
Interesting. The more you know.
Also, I hate how cast iron people are.
Whoa!
Yeah.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means cast iron people are fucking awful.
Yeah, they're like, oh my god, you're mistreating. Like, it doesn't matter. Fuck, I'll buy a different one. Sheesh.
It does matter. Take care of your stuff.
No, but that's the problem, is it doesn't matter anymore, and not in nearly the same way it used to.
Yeah, it's
Well,
not
sure,
1820.
but take care of your stuff.
Yeah, but
but you don't have to be annoying to me about my stuff. It's not your stuff.
no, but that's also the thing, is you're not mistreating your thing by putting soap on it anymore. That's a problem with lye soap, and there's no lye soaps anymore.
That is true. The actual problem is actually scrubbing it, and that will still ruin
Do whatever
your
you want. It
cast
doesn't
iron.
matter.
Yeah, that always actually has bugged me when people are like, "Oh, you scrub it with this little chainmail cloth." I'm like, that's so much worse than me using my
Oh
washcloth
yeah, no,
and
that's
scrubbing it.
No, you absolutely should not scrub it with. You should.
Like,
What you should do is use a sponge, a low like abrasiveness sponge. Get one of the ones that's like specifically
Yawn.
for like has a little scrubber that's specifically for like low impact. Get one of those and just fucking clean your pan as soon as you're done with it, and don't let it sit in the stove, which is how a lot of fucking cast iron gets ruined as well. I'm very bitter and have gone through one too many cast iron pans in my life.
Wait, so it's not my fault if you ruin your cast iron pan.
No, I'm trying to save you from my fate.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like cast iron pan people take it really seriously. Like, dog, I just have it so I can put the pan in the oven.
That's fair. I do. I
That's-
cook a lot.
That's the only thing it's there for.
I use it for almost everything, honestly.
I use just like a regular like non-stick frying pan for most everything, and then I have a single cast iron pan that exists for things that need to go in the oven.
That's understandable. Our cast iron is also our biggest pan, and so it tends to get a lot of use on that front.
Well, I think my cast iron pan is only like 8 inch.
Oh yeah,
Like,
no,
it's not that big.
mine's like at least 12, probably closer to 14. I think it's actually 14 and a
really
half is what's in my head. I don't know if that's accurate, but that's what my gut tells me.
Your gut's
how
a
much I
piece
listen
of
to
shit.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Just like some cast iron people take like they make it like such a weird part of their identity, especially online. Like it's like the same as like the chef's knife people. Like we get it. You got nice cooking stuff. I'm happy for you.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you being weird about every thread online?
I feel like there's a I don't know. I feel like for a lot of people they view it as like mistreating a piece of equipment, right? Like like if you showed me an image of somebody using a screwdriver to pry out a nail, I'd be like, don't do that. Don't do that. Just don't do that. It doesn't really matter.
Modern problems require modern solutions.
Well, that
Modern problems require modern solutions. Whatever you can get that nail out with.
There is a little bit of that, which is super fair. But at the same time, I feel like it's okay to like want something you care about to be treated well, right? And you want
It's
more
true,
people
but
to use it.
You shouldn't care about other people's pans.
I don't know. I understand it. That's all I'm saying. I agree that you
Especially
shouldn't jump
if
down
the
people's
advice
throats
is
about it.
unsolicited. Because so many times the advice is heavily unsolicited.
That's fair. That's understandable.
Someone like post a picture of like, hey, I made this like thing at home tonight. This,
I made some tomato sauce in my. I made some spaghetti sauce in my cast iron.
Your cast iron is.
Yeah.
Like just the way people will be like, actually, the way that you put that ingredient there is suboptimal for the cast iron seasoning, and so like actually what you want to do, and you're like, shut the fuck up, dude. Let him post a picture of the grilled chicken.
Yeah.
Like when people people get pissy about putting like lemon in anything that you cook cast iron in or anything with acid.
Yeah.
Tomatoes is also pretty bad on that front.
Mm-hmm. And I gotta be honest, if you do tomatoes, that leaches a whole lot of flavor into my food that I don't really want. But like also like, and here's a big thing. It's not that hard to reseason a pan when it really comes down to it.
Yeah, if you really want to reseason a pan, it is in my case, because at least from my experience, reseasoning always creates a ton of smoke.
I think that means that you're going too hot.
Maybe that's my problem.
Because I stumbled on cast iron TikTok, and I've seen a lot of people talking about it, and a lot of guys are just like, yeah, use your Crisco lard and just inside outside wipe it off, put it upside down in a hot oven, and just let it sit there till the oven cools. Take it out, heat the oven up, do it again 3 times, and that's it.
Yep.
And that's pretty straightforward.
That's pretty straightforward. For some reason, in my mind, it was a lot more than that. But maybe I've been fucking up in other ways. Maybe I'm not a real cast iron lad.
That's good. You don't want to be.
I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe that's gonna be what I identify with. You guys are gonna come back next week, and I'm gonna be like, guys, cast iron.
Yeah, I mean, like, more power to you. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like cast iron and chef's knives people, like they're like in the same boat. They're like, you can do everything in the kitchen with a fucking cast iron pan and a fucking chef's knife. If you ever cut something and I see a little bit of fraying on there, your knife's not sharp enough, and you're a fucking idiot. You're like, whoa, man.
No, yeah, I can agree. Those guys are dead insane.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I feel
like if it's not Damascus tempered steel, you're like,
I do love a sharp knife, right?
Oh yeah,
a sharp knife is in like no exception what I want to be working with. However,
I love a big sharp knife. It makes everything easier.
There's a huge difference between having a nice sharp knife and being the sharp knife guy.
And same with having cast iron pans and being the cast iron pan guy.
Fair. Yeah.
Dan, so take that. Next time you decide to get defensive about your cast iron pan.
I have a cast iron pan. I love it. I use it for like I said, when I finish things in the oven, it's amazing because you can you don't have to worry about it melting in any capacity or like the handle getting to it. Like it's a cast iron pan. It's what it does.
It's cast. It's nice. It's iron. It's cast iron.
Yeah, like it works wonderfully. But like you're not gonna catch me like getting mad at somebody on Reddit for it and like searching through threads to find someone to get angry about.
Man, the fact that people do that blows my mind.
That's so much work.
I'm not even surprised when it comes down to it. It's just like, wow, it's kind of sad.
Yeah. It's so much work to make yourself unhappy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not like in general. Like that is like in general, it's not that hard to make yourself unhappy. A lot of things make people unhappy. But like that specific thing, like hunting down people for a specific thing on the internet you don't like and then getting in arguments with them. What's wrong with you? On anything.
Why are you that worried about it?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that like I hate. And like most of them are not like as trivial as a cast iron pan. Most of them are a lot more serious. And like even then, like I'm not going on like hunting down like people with shitty takes on Twitter to argue with them because I don't give a shit on Twitter.
Yeah.
If a friend of mine has a bad take, I'll talk to them about it and like hopefully reach an agreement. But I'm not gonna hunt people down on the internet because they don't agree with me. Otherwise, I'd be on a long hunting trip.
Be a lot of hunting.
And the least of my worries is whether or not people agree with me on kitchen-related things. I don't care. Do whatever you want. Just leave me out of it.
I like that this has become a lot of. It goes back to, I feel like, something that comes up on this show a lot, which is the just let people do their thing. It's okay.
Absolutely.
Unless it's cringe.
Unless it's super
there's
cringe.
a huge difference. You can't expect me to let people be cringy in peace.
And also, like, obviously, let people do what they want. Unless what they want is to do something I don't agree with, then I'm going to make fun of them on the podcast.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's
hey,
fair.
everyone should just be allowed to be themselves, but if being yourself means you're being mean to people that cast iron, I will go out of my way to complain about you, even though that only perpetuates the problem. But again, that kind of creates like that weird like intolerance paradox. That's not how that works. You know? And it's not like I'm seriously upset about this.
No, it is like, very rarely do we get seriously upset about things. We could be.
Yeah, I'm just like, you know what's annoying? That.
Yeah. People annoy me. True.
Not people.
No.
Very certain types of people in small amounts.
Most people
don't annoy me. Most people I think are good.
I don't know that. You know what? I'm not going to get into that on a public forum.
Yeah, and you haven't met most people, Dan.
It's true. Neither of you, though.
Exactly. But I like to believe in the people I haven't met.
Makes
things a little bit brighter for me.
I don't wanna do this. I wanna abort mission.
Just stop talking about it, Dan. Just stop talking about it. Don't be a whiny bitch about it.
What are you
you brought it up.
I
didn't say most people suck.
What?
I just said some people on the internet are annoying, and you said most people are bad. I hate most people. I didn't say that. I was just yeah, sometimes people annoy me.
I am so blown away by this fucking conversation turn. Whatever.
You brought it up. I was just talking about cast iron people are annoying.
All right.
You can claim.
Can we leave? Are we done here? Can I stop being bullied?
Yeah, we can leave.
Okay.
How's it feel though, being bullied? How's that feel?
I'm pretty used to it actually. I expect it from you people.
Oh, whatever. Oh, I forgot to talk about my drink today, but I made chai tea and it was really good. 3-part tea, 1-part milk, some sugar.
Dude,
it's
that sounds
delightful.
really good. I'm glad that you had something that you enjoyed.
Yeah, I found it at Walmart the other day. I'm like, ooh, chai tea bags. And here's the thing that's great about chai tea, right? It's just black tea with seasonings, and I think that's fantastic. So, yeah, it's super tasty.
It's super tasty. Hey.
So,
Noah's tasting over here.
Oh, hey, this is actual good news related to the podcast that I think everyone will be really happy to hear. I figured out the Squarespace issue with more
storage
episodes being listed on iTunes and stuff. For whatever reason, Squarespace defaults to 100. And
you can change it though?
Yeah, I changed it to 300.
Nice,
300 I think is the limit because iTunes limits you to 301. So Squarespace limits you to 300.
All right then.
We're nowhere near that yet, but eventually I guess we will end up moving to quote unquote permanently archiving episodes in the future.
When we do, we'll set
that's a
something
lot
for
of
the
episodes away.
When we do that, we can set up something for the Patreon where like people can go download them manually if they want to.
Well, no, they'll still be on the website. Like they're all still available on the website.
I see what you mean.
It's just,
I get what you mean.
Yeah, on iTunes it'll be a permanent archive. So yeah, look forward to that in the future. You can go back and listen to our shitty episodes that are more than 35 episodes or 100 episodes old. So you can go back from episodes 1 to 35 and listen to them now. Which I got to be honest, I really want to go back through and like re-edit some of those, not to remove
I want to go back through and just remove
to clean them up.
Content. I feel like as I grow as a person, there are things I say and do that I'm like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have said or done that. And I feel like the early podcast has a lot of that, and I'm not happy with it.
Well, I mean, I got to be honest, as fun as that sounds, I'm not going to censor our old episodes. All that I want to do is make them sound better.
This would be a me project. This would be me going through and finding all the bad takes I've ever had, which I'm going to be honest could take a lifetime.
And I got to be honest, you could hand me a time-coded list of bad takes, and I still wouldn't go through and take them out.
I respect it. Listen,
if I leave my bad takes in, everyone else can too. It's what makes me a self-conscious person.
I've never had a bad take.
I don't know. I feel like I would agree that unless it's something that I'm like actively like, this is going to come back and haunt me forever. And even then, I would probably just apologize for it publicly and be done with it.
I've only ever been right.
I mean, that's fair.
Why would my ego lie to me?
It's true.
Why would your ego lie to you?
That's what I'm saying.
That's a really good
Doesn't make any
question.
sense.
No, it's
Your
a good
ego
question.
says that you're pretty great, and I mean, like, I'd listen to it.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing for years.
Been listening
Anyway,
over here.
on that, speaking of iTunes, go give us a nice review on Apple Podcasts. Right now, Joe Rogan Experience has 185,800 reviews, with a nice average of 4.7 stars. With the meanest review I'm seeing being 4 stars, saying that he has bad guests, which is
I mean, that's not even
objectively
a hot take,
true.
that's just a
But
fact. Yeah.
Joe Rogan and us, we both have the same star rating, so I think we could bump up our rating to be better than Joe Rogan. So everyone,
if we do that, can we change our thing on Twitter to better than Joe Rogan?
No.
Coward.
No, I don't want to. Well, here's the thing: I don't want to start a fight with Joe Rogan's fans because they're dead insane.
They are insane. That's true.
Yeah, they're
Joe
also
Rogan
stupid.
himself aside, Joe Rogan's fans are actually crazy people, and I don't want to deal with that. But anyway, yeah. So bump up our star rating. A few more 5 stars. We should be above Joe Rogan on iTunes. So think about
honestly,
it.
isn't that
Do
what
what you
everyone's
can.
goal is?
It's my goal. I know that for sure. So yeah, do that for us. You can, if you want to support us monetarily, you can head over to patreon.com/offtheair. If you want to see updates, go to Twitter at @theofftheair. I know I had promised bonus content by the middle of February, and I gotta be honest, I just never got around to editing. So like,
Harry Potter and the
these last-
lack of bonus content.
these last few weeks have just been a little rough for me in that department. But I have health insurance now, so we're gonna call it a
dude.
net win.
Congratulations, man.
So that's your call to action, everybody. Give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts so that we beat out Joe Rogan. Have a wonderful week, and we'll have you around next time, I guess. I don't know. That ending kind of fell away from me.
It usually does.